What's up guys, and welcome back to my Lorethrough series. Today we will go over all of the optional bosses in Liurnia we haven't covered yet, as well as some of the dungeons they are in. If there are any particular lore related secrets around them, I will of course cover those too. As for field bosses, there are two minor Erdtrees with Erdtree avatars in Liurnia, with one in the southwest and one at the old palace ruins in the northeast. There is also another Tigress Mariner close to the artist shack. After killing him, we have collected our fourth death root, and after giving them to Garank at the bestial sanctum, he went mad and attacked us, killing us several times over in one hit. However, after dealing a bit of damage to him, he regains his sanity, saying, "Put it away, I won't forget again. Mine appetite, mine sin, so please enough." If you find dealing damage to him too difficult at this point, you can wait until you collect the fifth death root to give to him, which won't be until much later in the game. Also, I forgot to record the footage of all of this, so instead you saw me fight the first Mariner in Limgrave. Oops. In the King's Realm ruins just before Iji, there is this quite difficult abomination of a boss called Royal Revenant. What's notable about this boss is that, as you can find out from a note one of the merchants sell, they are cursed and will as such be damaged quite severely by all healing incantations. This also applies to their followers, the Wraithcallers. There are three Evergaol bosses in Liurnia, the first being Adan, Thief of Fire, in the Malefactor's Evergaol. He's stolen incantations of the fire giants called Flame of the Fell God from the mountaintops of the giants. However, as the Carrions are old allies of the fire giants, as we learned in the last episode, they imprisoned him in here when they caught him. Next, we have Bolz, Carrion Knight, in the Kaku's Evergaol. In the last video, I already mentioned that the Troll Knights were seen as equals to their human comrades by the Carrion royal family. This one, however, was imprisoned by Kaku Knights after they took control of the academy back from Rennala and attacked the Carrions. Finally, there's an Onyx Lord imprisoned in the Royal Grave Evergaol behind Carrion Manor. For what reason the Carrions imprisoned him is currently unknown. Perhaps it's got something to do with Adan learning gravity magic from one of their kin and holding up Ranni's fate. At night, we can encounter two Knights' Cavalry, one of them at the bridge to the east of the academy and one to the north. A bell-bearing hunter can also be fought at night at the Church of Vows. However, we learn nothing new about those night bosses that we didn't already know before. What is new is the Deathrite Bird we can encounter at the Academy Gate Town. We already talked about the regular death birds in Limgrave, of which another can also be found at the Scenic Isle, but those were only the sort of helpers in the ancient death rituals before the Age of the Erdtree. The Deathrite Birds were the ones actually carrying out the ritual, and as we can see, they are still the ones that are actually wielding the lethal Ghost Flame. So that covers all of the field bosses. Let's move on into the dungeons now. The Ryalucarians have to mine a lot of crystals and dig for glintstones underground. As such, they own a crystal tunnel near and a crystal cave directly under the academy. The crystal tunnel is guarded by one and the crystal cave by two crystallians. They are artificial life forms made entirely from crystal and wield their own type of crystal sorceries. There is also another cave in the very south of the region, the Stillwater Cave. It's filled with poison and its boss is a Cleanrot Knight, one of the servants of Melania, Blade of Mikola, and demigod born inflicted with scarlet rot, as we've previously discussed. The region also holds 3 catacombs. However, we already covered the Black Knife Catacombs, so that leaves the Road's End Catacombs and the Cliff Bottom Catacombs. In the Road's End Catacombs, there is a spirit caller snail as a boss that summons the spirit of a crucible knight. What's notable here is that fighting the knight doesn't actually do anything, it will respawn as long as the snail is alive. You can tell where the snail is thanks to the white light and the sound it gives off. In the Cliff Bottom Catacombs, there is an Erdtree Burial Watchdog with a magic staff as a boss, but we've already discussed these creatures in a previous video, so we'll move on. And there we have it! That covers everything in Liurnia of the Lakes. As several NPCs and this spirit NPC has already mentioned to us, the Grand Lift of Dectus that is supposed to get us to the Altus Plateau is inactive, and we only have one of the 2 medallion halves required to activate it. However, Melina still has some words for us here.
Spoken echoes of Queen Marika linger here as well. Shall I share them with you? In Marika's own words, the Erdtree governs all. The choice is thine. Become one with the Order, or divest thyself of it, to wallow at the fringes, a powerless upstart.
As for an alternative path, this finger reader crone on the other side of the bridge has us covered.
You, please, I can read them. Your fingers, please, your fingers. Oh, what a pity it is to be without the right. All you can do is stand at a loss, without even the half-crescents that wish to be whole, before the unmoving, unfeeling grand lift ahead. Or are you planning to throw yourself to the waters? To find the coward's passage through the Dim Cavern?
The ruin-strewn precipice it is. It is excavated from both sides, so after making our way to the top and defeating the magma worm Makar, the path is clear. On the topic of magma worms, these creatures are actually earthbound dragons that were once humans, who practiced dragon communion. I guess that is what Yura meant when he said the dragon communion is ruinous. Yeah, we're staying far away from that practice. After riding up this elevator, we've arrived in the land of the Erdtree. After collecting 2 great runes, we are finally ready to enter the capital and become Elden Lord. Oh wait, what's this? We're stopped in our track by this massive towering dragon and are chased back off the plateau. It seems we're not yet ready. Needless to say, we will head to Caelid first before challenging Lansax again in the Altus Plateau. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. If not, tell me in the comments how to improve these videos in the future. I'll catch you next time in Caelid. Bye bye!